So we've made our hedgehogs, and they'll be left on a tray to prove. And we'll just put a little bit of a tea towel over those in the meantime. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make a couple of snakes. So I'm going to just divide this last bit of dough up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just flatten this out. And again, I can use a little bit of flour. If you feel that you've got residents or participants who will be able to do this, then fantastic. But again, it is a little bit of a challenging shape to do because you're going to create a little bit of a face and a little bit of a pointed end as well. But some residents love this as well, particularly if they're good at plaiting and they like plaiting their doughs, then they're really good at creating ropes in order to do that, and this is the same principle. So I've just flattened it out a little bit, I've turned it over, and I'm just going to press, fold it over and press, yeah? And then I'm going to do that once more, fold it over and press. And then I'll roll it over like this, and then using equal pressure I'm just going to gently roll out, and I'm going to create a sort of pointed end where the head of the snake would be. I might make it a little bit thinner, but I don't want it too thin, because what we're going to do is the residents or the participants are going to snip some scales all the way along their snakes. And we're going to ask them to put some eyes in and to egg wash it and to add some sprinkles if they like as well. So I'll now do a second snake just to show you again how you go about it. Again, dip my hands in a little bit of flour and I'm going to turn it over and just flatten it out into a little bit of an oblong. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it over into the middle and press down. Okay, and then I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to fold it again and press down. Okay, and then I'll roll it over. Again, flour my hands and just roll it out, with an emphasis on creating a little bit of a face with a pointed end. Now just remember that when you're making these shapes, whether it's the hedgehogs or the snakes, they don't have to be perfect. And that's the beauty of bread making. It doesn't have to look amazingly perfect, because they will each have character. And people will really enjoy them and appreciate them. Whatever bread you make, people really appreciate the effort that's gone into it and the beauty of freshly made bread. So don't worry too much about getting it perfect. Mine certainly aren't. It's about just bringing smiles to people's faces, really, and them seeing that you've made a go of it and tried your best. Okay, so we're just going to cover those up, and then we're going to transfer those onto a baking sheet. Now I haven't got a separate piece of baking paper, parchment paper for the snakes, but you could do that. You could cut lengths of baking paper for them and then be able to give people the choice of which snake they want to work on. I'm just going to pop those on there. And we're going to pop our couple of hedgehogs on as well. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we are going to cover these up and leave them to prove for about half an hour. Okay. And we don't want to leave them anywhere too warm. And if we need to slow it down, if our time scale, if our timetable is a little bit crowded, then we can put these in the fridge and that will slow it right down, and then take them out a little bit before we're ready to take them and work with the residents.